Hello everyone, my name is SiC. Welcome back to Factorio. We have approached the 15-hour mark and things are getting a little bit more complex now. Yeah, we have to build longer and bigger projects. So some of these videos might now start to slow down a little bit because this takes longer to get anything done. We are slowly working on upgrades, but this is now working at full speed, but I guess it's not quite fast enough. We need to have more iron plates, but I'm slowly working on upgrading all of these belts, all of these splitters, all of the underground belts and so on. But I think we could use another stack of this, in fact, to increase the throughput here. Though, like I said, it's pretty much just running full speed. This is now blocked, only very occasionally grabs a thing. How much does this actually need? Not a lot, right? 5 iron gear wheels, actually that is quite a bit. So this is, just a bit problematic. We need to do something with that. Maybe give this its own dedicated production line of iron gear wheels or something. But that is something to fix later. We are also running in a little bit of iron ore problems, though we have that stuff coming in, so I guess we need to just split this and then hook this up into this belt right here. I think that is the way to go. It's quick and easy, and that is a fast solution. But then I think today, instead of working on these belts and stuff like that, like the splitters, we should work on getting batteries and other oil-related products. So I'll just hook this up and then you'll see me in just a second. Alright, well, we're up with the oil processing stuff, and what we need, because I want to start working towards robots as well, we need electric engines, and for that we need lubricants. It's not the highest priority, but what is important is that the heavy oil is almost backed up. Like, light oil is being used, petroleum gas is more or less stable, but slow, filling up ever so slowly. But if this gets full, we're not producing anything anymore. So I think it's important to start building up some of this, some stuff. Let's see, I had 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then the real stuff begins over here. We're going to start building some storage for lubricants, and I'm going to build a processing plant so that we can have lubricant filled up, and then we need to start working on transporting that away to another place in the base, I think. I'm not sure where yet, but I guess we also need to upgrade our engine production because it is a little bit pitiful. There's not a lot, so we'll see. And it's a very simple process, this one. All we need is one input for heavy oil, and it outputs straight to lubricants. So we have 12 of these machines here in a little block, and we'll just save that up here. Of course, what we need to do then is to add some tags so that we know what is what. We're producing here and storing here. We'll move this one ever so slightly so it's a little bit more divided. And then we are going to need a train, which I think I still have in my pocket. Actually, I do not. Right, 2 fluid wagons. And we'll need to make a new station here. And I set up a train station very close to where we are producing engines, though obviously we are already bringing them somewhere else and we cannot use them because they are being used for science. But that reminds me, we are not really doing a lot with science at the moment, so we should definitely continue researching. We could start worker robot speed, because that is always a good thing to upgrade. Yeah, robot speed, and now we could go for the second one as well, because it uses the same amount of science. Because then actually our engines will finally be used. Now I made a little train station here. And of course it is going to have the lubricant pickup, and then it's going to have the lubricant input. Here it is going to wait for a full cargo, time passed, or in activity. And there, of course, it is going to wait for an empty cargo. Time passed, or inactivity. And it is going to have the refueling interrupt, and we'll set it to automatic. Send it straight to our new train station, and that will be good. Yeah. Oh, and already worker robot speed is finished, and the other one is well on its way. That is going really, really fast. Right, I do think though that we will not be using this lubricant for a little while. Because I have so many things to do, I'm not sure what to do first. Lubricant, yeah, we need to make engines, and for that we need lubricant, and then we could use to, like we also need batteries, so it doesn't really matter. We might as well do batteries first. Right, we also have eventually some need for electronic engines. Alright, we'll jump in here because we need them for our armor upgrades and stuff like that. But for now, I guess we'll go up here and then we'll start to work on sulfuric acid. And for that, we also need some storage solutions. Well, I kind of changed my mind about the location because we need sulfur, which we are making up here, but we are also transporting it from down here to over here. And over here we also have a better source of iron plates, which means that we don't have to make anything special train just for iron plates, because that would be annoying. So what we need is water, and water we can get from the lake over here. So all in all, I think that this is going to be a sufficiently good location for it. Now we need chemical plants for that. And let me just quickly have a look. We'll build it over here, and we need to make sulfuric acid. Right, so we have the water input, and we have sulfur and iron plates needing to be put in. So what we probably need to do, we need to have a setup like this so we can have an arm and a belt. And actually we need the same over here. Right, and we need to have one input like that and one input like that, with belts running along the outer side. And look at that, we have the sulfur coming here as well, so we can just split that off. And we'll go like this. Alright, I'll build this up a little bit and then you'll see me in a second. And like that we have sulfuric acid. So I had to get some water from the lake over here, which we're routing up here through the train station and around my supply of, well, storage tanks of sulfuric acid, which we are now producing. And yeah, of course we are getting the sulfuric or the regular sulfur from this belt over here, and we are getting some iron plates from this belt over here. Now we need to keep an eye on this because this is probably going to cut into our production of green computer chips, but for right now we have ample supply, and actually we could stand to upgrade this to like the double of what we're making right now. But yeah, for right now we are making sulfuric acid, which is great because sulfuric acid is needed to make batteries. And batteries is also what is needed to run my equipment at night. So that is going to be the next thing. Batteries are made in chemical plants. Right, so we need to make some chemical plants. Right, so batteries. Yeah, I think we have a pretty solid location to do that here. We need iron plates and we need copper plates, as well as sulfuric acid, and this would be a pretty good location to place them all together. Or actually we could do it over here so that we can keep this area somewhat expandable. Now it is not going to be too difficult, but let's just have a quick little look. We have that here, so we just have the single input for sulfuric acid, and of course we need to have two inputs. So we're going to have one belt running here, and then we're going to have a belt running here as input, one as output. So we need 3 belts in total. Yeah, then we'll just keep pushing these out, I guess. Well, we can do blocks of 2 now that we have medium poles. Alright, and I think I'm going to need 1 more of these. No, 2 more of these. Right, yeah, we'll keep setting this up and then I'll be right back. Well, battery production is up and running. So we have some copper being split off from this belt, but I thought it drained a little bit too much, so I also put a splitter in here and then I put that onto that belt, and just like that we have a little spaghetti going on. And of course I just split that iron that we were already using here off to this other side, so we can also use that. And the sulfuric acid is of course being used straight from the tanks. Now we are on our way to this outpost. I just arrived actually. I thought we would see myself riding around for a second there, but nope. I need to upgrade this because I'm not happy with the amount of production, or like the amount of iron that is being unloaded. So of course, well, I already upgraded those arms, but I will also upload these and upgrade those. But also all of these belts need to be improved because this is just not fast enough. And we're not loading enough and we're not unloading fast enough. Now I also took the liberty actually of upgrading all of these arms into green arms. So this is going to go quite a bit faster, but this side, the front of the train, is consistently empty, which means that now we barely have any iron production here, and which means we don't have a lot of iron going down this way. That is a problem. So I'm going to upgrade all of this into red belts. Well, that is a decent upgrade. Things are moving along a lot faster now. Before this belt, the yellow belt, was just completely full and moving very slowly. Now you can see we are actually not producing a full red belt of iron ore. So let me actually make a few more mining drills here, and then we'll take the next train out of here and we will start working on producing electrical engines, I think. Because I am so ready for bots to be a thing in my factory, like really ready. I think I need 1 more actually, because we have this little strip, well maybe 2 more. And we need to mine those strips as well, just to say that we have a full... yeah, we are fully utilizing this patch. Right, we'll go this way. This thing will go that way. And of course we need some power poles, and there we go. Now we are fully utilizing this patch, which still has 5 million ore, so that is going to last us a while. If we want more, we can get some right there. We have 2.5 million iron ore right there, so feeling pretty good about that one, I guess. Alright, there we go. We'll jump in and look at that. This is being loaded so much faster right now, but we have 3 trains coming in here all the time. So there's not a lot of chance for these chests to be loaded up. That is tricky. Alright, so we have an iron ore input. This one goes all the way over here. We have another one that goes down or up down here. Yeah. Meanwhile, also, the enemy is slowly expanding. Look at that. We have new bases up north. So we might also need to deal with that and start building a wall. Maybe we should do that first. I have accidentally built too close to this nest, and I guess we could go back down, but I kind of don't want to. I kind of want to get rid of this nest and that one, and then to build one big long wall out here. So we're just going to have to try to deal with this. I already took out one biter nest, but they have a big worm in the center, which is annoying. And yeah, they have a lot of spitters in this base, which is also not helpful. Because yeah, I would really like to just be able to kind of dodge the melee biters, but unfortunately that is not going to be happening for us today. So I just have to keep dodging these guys. And once again, the stubborn bastard wins. So, yeah, now all we need to do is finish this track, and of course we need to make a side track here into another train station, so that then we can start importing ammo here, which we need for the wall and as well as yeah, no, just the wall. It only took forever, but you know, we finished the other wall. So we are now safe entirely. Our entire factory has been enclosed. And yeah, that is just really good news. It's took a long time, but we are okay. We are triggering a few more alien bases now. We have some attackers. This apparently is a bug that is already being fixed in the unstable patch that they're currently testing. And when they push that live, that will no longer be happening, and we'll have attacking aliens reaching our walls a little bit more. So that is something to keep an eye on. But as of right now, yeah, I'm just slowly working on some small improvements. I'm upgrading my train stations a little bit with the green arms. I have put in some red belts here and there. I am currently making a bunch of speed modules because this stuff is slow as hell. And I would kind of like to, yeah, speed this up. We need to double this because we want to make electrical engines, and for that we need engine units. So this is extremely important. Also lubricant, yeah, it's down here. But we don't have green computer chips down here, so we actually need to get a few of those as well. And that is a good question. Where do we want to source those from? Like this is, right now it's doing nothing. It's dead end here, dead end there. We could actually source it from here, but then threading that stuff all the way through the factory to reach down here. It's possible. Shouldn't be too difficult, I suppose, but it's also not really easy, or it's going to take some time and effort, but that's everything in Factorio really, like you need time and effort to set up everything that you do. And I think basically what we want to do here as well is we want to double this. So I think what we need to do here is we are going to copy this little design that we have, like so. And we're going to paste it. And let's say that we paste it right there. And we could do another one, I suppose. Right there. Alright, of course we need to clear this territory a little bit because we have plants and stuff in the way, and oh man. Like, if I have robots, I don't need to bother with this, but I cannot stand to look at damaged stuff in my factory. That is just really triggering, so I need to repair all of this stuff by hand. The burden of being an impatient person sometimes. What is... Ah, it's the rock underneath. Alright, well, we're going to set up this factory and then I'll be right back. And meanwhile, as for research, we need to start researching a bunch of things because this is standing still forever and it's no good. So what we might want to do here is we could research flamethrowers actually. I will do refined flammables. Rocketry is a thing that we could do later. That would actually help us really with clearing out some biterness, but electric engine and electric energy distribution 2 is good. We'll do lab research speed 4 as well. Rocket fuel we don't really need as of right now. This we don't really need as of right now. This leads to electric engines and apparently a bunch of other stuff, so let's research that one as well. And then we'll be good to go for a little while. Alright, we basically just tripled our engine production. And that means now it is time to start making electric engine units. And for that we need electronic circuits, engine units and lubricant. So we need to make a smart little design for that, I think. And for that, let's build out a block of 5. We don't need endless amounts of these, I think. So we'll just make a little design and we'll see what works. Of course we need a lubricant and we need to input it like so. Now we don't need a ton of everything. 1 engine unit, 2 electronic circuits. So we don't need that many special things. But I think we would need at least 2 inputs. Right? We need to have an input over here. And then we'll output in the center on another belt. So in here we need 3 belts. This one can end here, that will be an input, and this one will go out. And just like that we'll build up our little block of electric engine units. And you know what, we could put in a little block of green computer chip production right here, because we have plenty of copper cables coming in and we have a source of iron supply that is not exhausted yet. So I think we're just going to make it easier for ourselves and just make a block here. Right, we'll make that very simply. We'll have an double input down the center lane, and then we'll have an output on the outside that comes together in the center. Alright, electric engine units are now being produced, albeit ever so slowly. I think we can double this production line as well. Because yeah, we have plenty of this stuff coming in. I built a pretty sizable green computer chip manufactory. We're stealing from both belts here, but that is going to be perfectly fine, I think. Yeah, we could upgrade all of this, like we need faster throughput of iron plates and this and that, but yeah, it's for a later concern, I guess. We are going to research military 3, I suppose, so that could lead us to, well, leads us to tanks, leads us to power armor Mark II, but we need another science bottle for that, it seems. That is kind of unfortunate, but oh well, we'll make it work. What else? Production science packs could be researched, and that leads to a whole bunch of other things, but for right now we have still got other stuff to research. We can research lasers. Laser turrets are nice. Refined flammables, because we can upgrade our flamethrower damage. But first of all, priority of course is going to be construction robots. So we need to look at making something else. We need to make flying robot frames. For that we need steel plates, batteries, electronic circuits and electric engine units. Now I don't remember quite where we are making, oh, the batteries are being made up there. That's okay, like up here I mean. So that is not too far away. We could make the robot production area right here, and I think that would be fine. So let's get started. To work on robots we need a few different things. So we need to work on the infrastructure a little bit. We need to start producing roboports, but we can do that somewhere like off to the side here maybe. But we also need to make robot frames, flying robot frames. For that we need steel plates, batteries, electronic circuits and electric engine units. And we make them in these blue production areas as well. So we can just copy paste, well not copy paste this, but we're going to line this up with what we have over here. And I don't know how many of these we will need, but for now let's put down 5. And we have the flying robot frame, and for this of course we need many inputs, but we don't need that many of everything. So we could put steel plates and electric engine units together onto a single belt. That will be okay, but we need to grab steel from somewhere. But first I'll set up the rest of this and then I'll be right back. Well, it just so happens that I see we have steel being brought over here to make red ammo. So we can actually grab some of that simply by, ooh, look at that, that is a lot of cogs. I'll grab one of those, but we'll basically grab iron or steel from here. So we're going to go up and then we'll go underneath here and then we can drag it out here. So that is one thing that we don't have to worry about anymore. Alright, so we have electric engines and steel being brought through the... Oh, that is not what I wanted. They're on the center and I don't want them to be in the center. I want them to be divided across these two things. So, actually, let me redo that for a second. We'll put a splitter in here and then this one will go over here and that one will go straight. Just like that. And I'll feed these into the machines by hand. Well, I want to keep 50. And I can keep some of the steel. But this is going to be fine. All we need now is electronic circuits. And I think we'll also do a double one for this. Because we need to grab a few more than just the one. So I can do with long-handed inserters, I can grab multiple things off this belt. And then we'll grab some of the inner belt with the fast inserters. So all we need for that, of course, is we just need to put in a splitter here. I think, yeah, this is already a red belt, so that is fine. We'll put in another splitter right there. This one is going to go like that. And then, of course, we have to go underground right there. Come out on top over here. And then I want to hook this up on the outer lane as well for symmetry reasons. And all we need then is we need to get batteries. Right. And yeah, also a bunch of red-handed inserters. And we have batteries coming in, so we are now producing our first flying robot frames. And holy hell, but that is slow. So we definitely need to scale this up to at least double this, and then we can put in some speed modules as well. So we will have 10 here, so 20 in total, which means 40 speed modules, which will take forever to craft. So I think I want to put that into a machine as well at some point. Well, for sure I want to put it in a machine at some point. Look at that, we are not producing a ton of batteries. Everything needs speed modules, but I think this will be fine because we also craft this very, very slowly. Also, we'll put in a tag over here, like so. In the meantime, also took the liberty of upgrading our steam supply. So now I went underneath the railroad and I am continuing our steam engines up top because, yeah, we were just not producing enough. So that is a problem. In the meantime, laser shooting speed and stuff like that is stuff I have been researching because I can. Yeah, alright, exoskeleton equipment is very nice. I will research processing units. Look at that, 20 electronic circuits, 2 advanced circuits and sulfuric acid to make processing units. But after that we can make power armor and we can make exoskeletons. And exoskeletons are also nice because they give us a plus 30% movement speed. But if we could make this epic, that would be even better because an epic exoskeleton would be faster than the 30%. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to double this and I'll be right back. Alright, and with that out of the way, it is time to start producing robots themselves. Ooh, and we have access to power armor now as well. That is great. That is a huge upgrade if we get it, or like when we get it. But for this we need flying robot frames and electronic circuits or advanced circuits for the logistic robots. We need both, but we don't need tons of them. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to make a little, yeah, like there's not a lot of space. We'll line it up with this one, I guess. And then line it up with that one. So we'll put down 10 of these. Just in a row, I think will be fine. And then we'll select this one to start making logistic robots. And then that one is going to start producing construction robots. Alright. So, of course, we just need to hook this one up to the top. And I'm not sure yet if I need to split this so it gets more evenly divided, because this stuff also produces extremely slowly. So I think that would be the way to go here. So we'll put in a splitter, like we need one here. We'll grab one over here, so we'll have a separate supply for each, because that is only fair. Then we can ensure that both of these get the access that they need. For this, of course, we don't need like very intensive arms to run. We only need the basic ones, because they only need one. Like so. Now the nice thing is that these ones only need the green. So we could split that, but I need to, of course, make this and that. What else did we just unlock? The exoskeleton. For that also we need the processing units. And what else will we research? We could make tanks. And I think now, since the expansion, you could actually remote control tanks as well. I'm not entirely sure, but that would be super cool. We can research laser turrets as well. So advanced defensive building that only requires electricity. I'm not sure how much damage this does compared to a regular turret, but this is a range, shooting speed, damages 20 plus 22 laser. If we have a look at our turrets that we can make, 10 plus 11. Wow. Yeah, that's a significant upgrade. But you need, of course, to have the infrastructure ready for it. Alright, so we want this to be here. We'll grab this, like do it like 2, put in a splitter. Actually, that was a little bit lower than it needed to be. And that ends here. Now I guess we'll do this one with the blue ones, because we need 2 and it's just a little bit faster that way. Though actually these ones now also grab 2 as well, I think. If I look to the right, 1 plus 1, yeah, okay. So actually, let's just grab this with orange arms. And then we need some red arms like this. We'll have some red arms over here. And then we need to grab a red belts or red computer chips from somewhere. Well, we do have red computer chips coming down from over here that we could split and then bring through here. I think it's the shortest route. Meanwhile, laser turrets are done, which is kind of funny because I already researched laser turret shooting speed and damage upgrades before even researching the laser turrets. But yeah, those are passive upgrades, and I think it's more interesting to show you like actual tech that I unlock rather than just like basic improvements to that tech. So what next? We'll do personal roboports, because why not? Production science packs is another thing that we could do, and then we have a bunch of other researches that we could research, but we'll do that another time maybe. I will do landmines, we'll do quality modules finally, I guess. We'll do rocketry, because that is also important. At some point we need to have this is not the rocketry that I imagined. Lots of interesting things, biolabs and other stuff. Anyway, we have a splitter here, so we can now run this stuff down over here. And I think I should be able to manage this. Just barely not. Ugh. Okay. New plan, I guess. And I guess we're just going the long way around. We'll put a splitter in here and an underground belt. We'll drag it down over here. We're being attacked in this corner of the wall only. They've removed some things already, but now they're slowly moving this way. And now more turrets are getting involved, but we cannot have these repair packs and robots up running soon enough. So we'll just grab this and run it down along with the other belts that I made. We'll plug it in and then we'll have access to robots. Then we need to make roboports automatically as well, because those also take a long time to craft, as well as a ton of resources, like an actual ton of resources. I don't know why, like I don't need to do this, but I kind of like to just kind of follow along the contours of all of the stuff, I suppose. Like, there's no real point to it, but yeah, I like it. Alright, we'll go down over here, like so. down towards the center, and of course these need inputs. There we go. And then the output, yeah, I wanted to do something interesting with this. We'll go underneath here. We need to have some fast splitters. These we need to automate as well at some point, because yeah, I'm getting tired of crafting them by hand. Alright, we'll put these onto the same belt, and then later we can import these into roboports. But the roboports, what do they need? They need 45 steel plates, they need 45 iron gear wheels, and we need 45... Oh man, 45, what was it? Advanced circuits. The advanced circuits are not going to be an issue. We'll craft 5 assembling machines. That's another thing that we need to automate. And then we need to make sure that we have enough iron gear wheels being made. Because we only have this block producing right now, I think. And like some of this is a dead end and it's not going to be used forever, so that is going to be fine. But the other direction it travels in is being used a bit more. But I guess we can manage to grab it from here maybe, and we'll see how we do. Yeah, I guess we'll have a look. So I still had some of those, huh? Alright, so we can also just grab straight from this belt right here. That is really nice. Maybe we need to redo this in a slightly different direction. So if we have this coming out over here, we can go in this direction with that. This will go up. Or we could do it like this. So this goes like this. We'll import over here, and this stuff can in fact just run down this direction. Because then that works fine. All right, roboports. So we need a lot of this stuff. So we'll grab the green inserters for that. We need iron gear wheels, and we need steel plates, not iron gear wheels. We can just continue from the red science, I think. And also this is a thing that is not going to be running continuously, so it is going to impact our production a little bit, but it is not going to impact it for a long time. Alright, we'll go underneath here. At some point, yeah, I need to stop following these contours because it just becomes a bit too much, like I'm overdoing it. Like so. And then we need steel plates. And it just so happens that we have a supply of steel plates right there. But we need to spaghetti this a little bit, I suppose. And we also need more of these, but we need to grab some iron gear wheels. But we'll go up like this, through here, underneath. Like we cannot make it quite far enough, unfortunately. We'll have to grab some of this stuff off the belt. Alright, and that is producing now as well. So we can add some tags here, I suppose. We might as well, because we need to know where everything is produced. So this is the logistic robots, which are made right there. We have the construction robots, which are being made right next to it. And then we have the roboports, which are being made just above right there. Now all of these are going to be put into passive provider chests. They're going to complain for a bit because they do not have access to a roboport just yet, but hey, that is exactly what we are producing. So as soon as we put down a roboport over here, it's going to be fine. Rocketry is finished. We'll research tanks. Explosive rocketry is the end of this and for that we get explosive rockets. Might as well research it, you know, why not? Advanced combinators is not something I'm going to likely be using, because I don't know how. We'll get distractors, discharge defense, rocket fuel, low density structures. All of these need to be unlocked, and then we get access to utility science packs even. Personal laser defense as well as the rocket silo, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Alright, so we have 17 roboports. We'll put them in my build list right there. 17 of these things. Now, this is going to be awesome. We are going to put this down. Let's see. Well, we have space here, so we're going to build one here. There's no space to build one there in the middle. That kind of sucks. But we'll build one here because we can. And of course, this needs electricity, and this actually needs a ton of electricity. So we need to have a look at that, how that's going to go. But then we also need to input a bunch of other stuff later. Let's see, we should build one right about there. The robots that we're making, we need to input them into a roboport, or into a roboport. That's exactly right. We'll go like this, we'll go up, we'll go underneath, down, and sideways. Now, at first, I'll put them like this for a simple reason. I want to hook these up. Alright, so this one we'll use, like this is going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll use a filter. We will only whitelist logistic robots on this one, and we will only filter out construction robots on that one. Now we're going to use a green wire and hook this up directly to the roboport, so that now the roboports can be read, and we can have this read the logistic network contents or requests, but we need to read the contents because I want these to stop once they reach a certain amount of these things in the network. So we will enable and disable this if we have, let's say, more than 500 of those in the network. And we'll do the same over here, except we will be checking for the construction robots. Later we might want to scale this up, but for now I don't want to have too many in the network because our power supply is not sufficient. And now we'll turn them around. Or this works if we have less than 500. That's I forgot to do that in this one, and now, okay, so now it's working. It's checking the network to see how many do we have. Oh, it's less than 500. We need to add more, and then once we reach 500 they're going to stop, and that means we will not have an endless supply of robots being put into the network, which is something that is really important. All that is left to do is we need to build a ton of these around the factory. The problem being is that all of these orange areas need to connect together, and the reason for that is simply because that is the area in which robots automatically supply me if I'm inside of it. So if I had something requested from my robots, I could get it automatically, but if I'm standing in the green area, now no robots will fly to me. So I need to make sure that all of those are connected throughout the factory, and that is going to be hell because everything is kind of tight. But I will find spots, and then I will just start building these throughout my factory. And it's going to take forever. But you can also see like the yellow lines are, okay, like these are roboports will be connected. So these roboports can access each other. So if I build one right there, right so, it has access to all of these roboports around it, which means robots can fly in a direct line and I guess get electricity back. Alright, we'll put in a little light because we can also light up this area. But man, that is nice. That is some good progress. Alright, so we have alerts, not enough logistic network storage space available. That is also a thing, because I actually indicated some of these things to be destroyed. They actually went all the way over there. That's interesting. That they, okay, because that's in the green zone, I guess. So they picked up all the stuff in the green zone. Construction robots can work up into the green zone. Logistic robots can only work in the orange zone. So they picked up what I wanted to be destroyed, but now they need somewhere to go, and they don't have it. What they need is storage chests. So I'm going to make storage chests. Later on we need to automate those so that I can just stamp them around the factory and robots will place them. But for right now, let us say we're going to put like 4 over here, or 10 actually, and now robots have a place to put it. And that is just super nice, man. And like they're going to divide these by chests as well, so they're not going to like mix them up. They only add the yellow ones in here, the red ones in there, and like the mining drills into that one. Of course, when I want the other ones to be destroyed as well, I need to hook one up like so. And let's see, I have enough space like that. So now the robots come flying out again, and they will remove whatever is left. We'll remove that one, we'll remove that one. And now, slowly but surely, it is turning into a strategy game. Awesome. Alright, and something that is really nice now that I have reached the end of this area where we are producing the fast transport belts, I can do little things. Like I can make like a trash thing now. I can make different sections, so I can turn these on and off. But what I can do is, like, I don't want to have iron ore in my pocket. I don't want to have more than 50 coal, so I have 50 left. The rest gets put into trash slots, and robots are coming to pick them up. Look at that. So this is slowly being worked on. But I can also tell, like we can rename this basic materials or construction materials. And here I can say I want to have a minimum of 600, but no more, of these belts in my pocket. I don't have that. I have 381, so now the robots are flying over here because I turned these into passive provider chests. The robots are going to start bringing those to me. I can also say, okay, I want to have some yellow transport belts, but not too many. I need them to craft some of these things. So I just want to have 100, but no more. If I don't have enough, they will bring me more. If I have too many, they will just take some away. That is super useful. So we can customize this whole thing a lot. I have some logistic robots in my pocket as well. We're going to dump them out into the network, save on some space. And that's another thing that we can do. We can set, okay, I don't want these to be I don't want to have more than that. But I think, yeah, and then they're just going to go into a random trash slot, which is also not what I want. But then I need some other types of chests which we don't have access to quite yet. Yeah, later on we will also start bringing these things out to over here, and we will be adding robots to this network as well. But they will be separate robot networks. I also need to automate the production of repair packs. And I need to distribute them across my defenses as well. Very important. So that might actually be next. I'm slowly working my way through the factory. You can see the RoboPort coverage right now. We don't need a ton of them to cover everything, but we of course want to expand this to, well, almost everywhere. Like we're going to expand from here to cover all of this, to cover all of this, to go up here and cover all of that. And then we'll have some outposts with their own separate networks. That is something that is important. But yeah, I'm slowly working my way through setting up my list as well. So we have a bunch of, like, we are not producing these automatically yet. But once they do, we will have them in the network. All of these are not being produced automatically yet. But other things, everything that is basically with a regular background, that is gray, is in the network right now. I'm adding iron plates, copper plates, electronic circuits, the advanced circuits. I still need to do steel, but steel has become an issue. We are no longer producing enough steel. It is very very slow. Look at that. That is nothing. Nothing at all. So we need to double this. Oh man, look at that. I'm just copy pasting this, and I don't have everything in the network quite yet. Like the poles we need to bring ourselves, but what is in the network is now automatically being brought over. I already added the steel furnaces to the network, and that is just a bit of a tricky thing because I need to have a look like, oh yeah, I haven't done the turrets yet. I haven't added this or that, but look at that. This is nice. I don't have to do it by hand anymore, so long as I have coverage. How cool is that? That's absolutely amazing. Look at that. And we have a swarm of these red belts coming in. Oh, it feels so good. And iron supply is a bit of an issue, but yeah, I have to split it too many times is the problem. It's not great. But yeah, production is rather slow, and I have two sources of income like this one. I'm dragging underneath here, and then we're feeding this one back into here, so we have a decent supply there. This one, however, is divided too many times. You can see, like, we have this going up, like this goes down here, then like it gets split here, and it goes up here, feeds into this. But now I also figured, well, I can feed this back into it, so this one is going to go back in where it came from, and basically it's going to be split 50-50 across its own input as well as this output, so we have a solid supply right there. I guess we could feed this like so as well, and then hopefully that yeah, make sure that we have enough supply of iron plates. Like this isn't already isn't producing fast enough, but we have to double our input of steel, and we'll have to keep an eye on it. I need to speed this up as well, like all of those things. It's a lot of work. Meanwhile, research. Let's do personal laser defense. We'll do what does this require? I'm not sure, but let's queue it up. And we'll work on the purple science next, I guess. Well, we don't need to do it like that. Here we go. Alright, I will continue upgrading, but I think this episode has been long enough for now. So thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more. I will see you guys for whatever video I do next.